So, we in that new year, new me season.
Yes.
But a lot of us still have some of the same goals from 2023. And a lot of y'all, and I know for sure because y'all came up to me and asked.
You did.
A lot of y'all wanted to start a podcast.
Yes.
I got good news for you, player. Spotify for Podcasters is here for every need you have.
We've been using Spotify for Podcasters since we started our podcast. It's so easy. You literally record, edit, and upload all from your phone, your computer. So no matter what your setup looks like, you can start now.
Yes, get your conversations, your opinion, your views out to the world. People need to hear you.
You can distribute your podcast to Spotify and anywhere else that podcasts are heard.
With Spotify for Podcasters, you can earn money in a multitude of ways. Ads or podcast subscriptions. I mean, it's an easy way to get your visions out to the world and earn some extra pocket change.
Yeah, my favorite thing about all of this is free 99.
Yes. They don't charge you a dime. So you really got nothing holding you back. Today, not tomorrow, today, let's be heard. Spotify for Podcasters.
Let's be seen. Are you ready?
But don't say finally, Bonnie.
You had to drink your water, do this, blow your nose, turn your head backwards.
I didn't want to hit the mic.
I understand.
You and your sweater done?
We are. So, it's like every time we start off and
you just took that deep breath.
Inhale, exhale. So welcome back.
Everybody just take a deep breath together real quick before we even start.
Before we start. Yes.
Better.
The energy is so much purer now. Welcome back to the very second episode.
Second episode of For the Healthy Hoes podcast. Here, Sunset Tim.
And your co-host, Ree.
I'm a co-host. You a regular host.
I think
we both co-hosts?
I think we're both co-hosts. Like when you have a co-worker, co-host. I'm a host, but I'm also a co-host because we hosted together.
Okay. This is my first time in Hollywood, so I had no idea how this works.
You had no idea.
So today...
No, I want to give them an update on our life. Because remember in the last episode, not a life update, but just a brief update on something that we mentioned. In the last episode, we talked about, trying to manifest an apartment that we wanted.
Yes.
And we didn't get that apartment. We didn't get the apartment that we thought we wanted. We ended up getting something that was even better that we didn't even know was on the radar. And it's just to show you, like, the universe be working in mysterious ways. Like... But point being, I can only speak for me because other people may try to like say they've been unbothered by it. But I have been totally thrown off my routine because of like the moving process, and very grateful for this move. But I've been really thrown off my routine. Why are you looking like that?
Because you said other people might say, am I other people?
Yes, and is. and is. You are other people.
Okay.
But I've been completely thrown off my routine. I'm trying to give myself grace, but at the same time, build that routine that keeps me grounded and sane.
Which is giving birth to the topic of this episode, creating good habits.
Healthy habits that are going to serve you, now and in the future, in the present and in the future.
But yes, like she said, I don't know why she put me as people. But yes, my routine has been thrown up to a new house. Everything is different, We content creators for a living. Down to where the good lighting is in the home. I've had to redo that. What time we have to like make a reel. What time I got to take my picture for the gram or things of that nature. I'm talking about everything is just different, My daughter's sleeping is different, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
We have an upstairs this time, which is a little more difficult with a toddler.
Yeah.
Everything is different. The time we go take her to school, lunch, dinner, everything is just out of whack. So we really just taking this opportunity to, like I said, build better habits.
Build new habits. New habits.
They always better too. Always going up. We ain't never going back.
We always
Smooth.
going up. You
No
right
sweat.
about that. You right. My bad.
Yes. So, in building better habits, I think the first step we would probably say comfortably, I'd say, is to observe and analyze what you already do. What is your normal habits now? Like, what time do you wake up normally? What time you go to work? What time you normally eat lunch, dinner? You know, what time you work out? If you do work out or you're trying to work out, what's your normal everyday schedule?
And not necessarily like timing is important also, but like not always like when you eat, when you work out, because it may be habits that you aren't even conscious of. And so you really want to think about, are these habits serving you? Like stepping away from like time, what are these habits even serving you? What habits do you currently have that are serving you, and what habits are not? And obviously you want to, continue with the habits that do serve you, and, stop the habits that aren't serving you in your being.
Yes, absolutely. I do remember the book. It was The Power of Now. And
Period.
It was a great book. They speak about in that book specifically watching the thinker. And it's talking about mental habits.
Let them know.
Look at you. Speaking about mental habits, checking yourself when you give yourself a bad vibe, or a bad thought, or a thought that comes from lack, that you can't do something, or you're not able to afford, or you can't go here, you can't do this. Checking yourself when you give yourself those things, just putting a red flag up when you give those. That's what this first part is, just really checking. Is there any red flags in the things that I do that I just don't like, that I do personally? Observing things about yourself, like Reese said, that you want to change and get better at. First you have to see what you actually do. You can't, like you said, a lot of habits are unconscious. Yes. I'll tell y'all one thing I used to do unconsciously before I met Derica. I used to stick my chin out.
You still do it sometimes.
I still do it sometimes, but it's nowhere near like I used to.
And not you saying my full government name.
I said Rika.
You didn't. Let's move forward, because you did that in the last episode.
What'd I say?
My full government name.
Oh, sorry. Plant-based princess.
It's Ree,
which I gave you that name too. But
you did.
Anyways, back to the root.
Everything I am.
It was an unconscious habit that when I was daydreaming or thinking, I used to stick my bottom chin out. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, like you just kind of like
stick your bottom jaw out under.
Your jaw was locked.
That's what they call it. Locked.
Your jaw was locked. It was clenched.
Yes. My bottom jaw was sticking out further than the top. I would always do it, and I never noticed unconsciously that I did it. Whenever I was thinking, so Reese said it.
I was like, ugly as stop shit. Doing it.
I was just ugly as
I
shit.
I probably could have been nicer about it,
You probably wouldn't.
But I wasn't. I was just like, stop doing it. Sometimes you still do it. It's very rare though, but I'd be like, "Bad, you doing it again? You're doing it."
That's how small the unconscious habits you have can be. Another one that a lot of people have: Instagram. Have you ever picked up your phone or whatever social media out of habit? You go like, "Okay, I'm gonna go check my bank account." You pick up the phone and somehow your thumb went to Instagram. Like, exactly. I've done it so many times,
and it didn't make you completely. I'm like, it's so bad sometimes where I forgot why I even got on the phone in the first place.
That's an unconscious thing, but me analyzing that unconscious habit created a different habit for me, putting a 15-minute time limit on my Instagram.
Well, mine's an hour. You put 15 minutes on your time limit on Instagram? You be ignoring that time limit. I'm about to say I won't tell nobody,
but I ignore it too.
Hella much.
But eventually I stopped ignoring it.
Yeah, I think mine's is 30 minutes actually, not an hour.
Mine's 15 minutes. So.
But yes, before you can unlearn behaviors and be intentional, you really have to, like Travis said, like Sunset said, observe those behaviors.
Government handles, nigga.
Travis?
Yeah, you talking about government handles.
Dwayne.
But yes, observing, that is the first step. You can't change what you don't acknowledge.
Exactly.
Smooth.
So speaking on the topic of habits, like I said before, like you want to be really intentional, which is, I think, the next phase after you observe your thoughts, watch the thinker. You can begin to be intentional about the steps that you want to take to, further grow and flourish. So I recently read, I'm actually still reading I've gotten through quite a lot of it though. But Becoming Supernatural by Dr. Joe Dispenza, it easily has become one of the books that changed my life in the way that I think about a lot of things, just changed my perspective. But since we are on the topic about habits, one of my favorite chapters in this book is called The Present Moment. Pretty sure it's called The Present Moment. Yes, chapter 2. And he outlines like what a habit actually is. So actually, let me go back. Let me say this part. I'm gonna just read you this little quick part out of it. He just basically is talking about where your brain is a product of the past. It has been shaped and molded to become a living record of everything you've learned and experienced up to this point in your life. So you really have to just like let that sink in and think about the fact that literally who you are now is because of everything that you experienced. And it's important to know that you don't have to be your past experience. You don't have to do things the way that they've always been done, the way your mother did it, the way your father did it, the way past generations have done it. That's really important to know. But then also, he kind of outlines what a habit is. And I'm going to read this out the book for you guys because this was a really, really I have this whole paragraph highlighted. So he says that a habit is a redundant set of automatic, unconscious thoughts, behaviors, and emotions that you acquire through frequent repetition. Basically, it means your body is now on autopilot, running series of programs, and over time, your body becomes the mind. You've done this routine so many times that your body automatically knows how to do certain things better than your brain or your conscious mind. And he calls this living in the program. Basically, unconsciously doing things, not even thinking about it. Over time, you've created a set of hardwired neurological networks in the brain, and you have emotionally conditioned your body to live in the past. And that past becomes your future.
That's good stuff.
I know it.
Really good stuff on how they highlighted that.
Yes, but I say all that to say, be intentional. Like, get out of the program and start to really be mindful of what you're doing. Because I think I was previously on a podcast where I was interviewed and she asked me what was intentionality to me. And that's just really being mindful of every single thing that you are doing, like living in the present moment, not thinking about yesterday and not thinking about tomorrow. Essentially, like just being super mindful, super conscious of what you're doing. And furthermore, are those habits serving you? Are those actions going to make you be a better person and help you, get closer to the goal, your ultimate goal?
Yeah, so as a person who, I don't use the word intent that often, so I'm going to ask you, that you do love that word.
I love that word.
Intent, when I hear it, it sounds almost like goal. Like, it's basically like the movement I take to get this goal. Those movements are intention, because I'm going towards something. Am I on the right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm just making sure.
I feel like people can have different, just like with everything, you can have different definitions, but for you, intent, the word goal comes up when you think of the word intent, and that's fine. Yes, that's completely fine.
So just making sure. So another thing too, I thought about when you were giving us that beautiful segment right there, is that this is not to say that all your habits that you have right now naturally are bad.
Yeah.
And when it says your body goes into autopilot, running that way. I'm a big sports fan. Athletes, specifically like basketball players, they train their bodies to go on that. So if they're playing, when they practice and move. So when they're playing, they don't even have to think about if a defender goes this way. They know exactly, the body knows exactly where to go.
Yeah, and
you know what I mean?
I get that, and I'm not saying...
No, I know you weren't saying that. I'm giving them examples.
Well, no, I'm saying it's okay to... Like, just how your brain was wired to have... We literally holding hands. That's hilarious.
I have no idea why we holding hands.
I don't know, but I was trying to tell you what I was trying to say.
My point is that as the basketball player has wired his body to, cross over as soon as his defender goes for a steal, it's natural. You can rewire the body to where it's natural to you to walk past your phone in the morning.
That's what I was finna say when I was holding your
what I
hand.
mean?
That's what I was about to say.
You just wanted to hold my hand.
Indeed.
You can, like I said, you can program the body to go past your phone and straight to the prayer mat in your room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To thank the universe, have a nice moment of gratitude for the life you have. You can program your body to do that automatically. Every piece of you can be programmed in building habits in the right way. The body, the mind, soul, spirit.
Absolutely.
I said soul and spirit. Lord?
Soul, spirit, are those the same?
I'd probably say the same thing.
I think they are the
just
same.
fucked up right there. That's it.
I completely agree with you. Definitely. I feel like my entire journey has been a process of unlearning. Like, it's just little stuff that I learned. And a lot of things, I think most things that we learned as children weren't like taught to us like, hey, this is ABCD. Like, we seen it with our eyes. We experienced that. And so our unconscious mind literally like just stored that in there and was just like, hey, this is how it is, and this is how I'm going to live my life. And
sons of farmers often become farmers. Sons of lawyers often become lawyers,
Yeah.
If a girl sees her mother, my daughter sees her mother work a business for herself for her entire life, she will more than likely go into business for herself in one day. You pick up the habits of those around you.
And even on when it comes to self-confidence, the way you think about yourself, the way you think about others, the way you move in the world, like, not even on that was a great example, but like not even on a profession level, you know what I mean? But you definitely can unlearn all of those things that you thought were the right, I don't like the word right way, but the only way to live life.
The way you talk. Rick Ross has a great line in one of my favorite songs by him. He says, I'm happy that Donald Trump became the president because you have to destroy before you elevate. And that's kind of, that destroy before you elevate. You kind of like got to deprogram, and then you can go forth to building. Once you got a flat base, a foundation of who you are, you can go forth in the building.
Yeah.
This being that you really want to be.
Yeah, and I think we talked about this a little bit in the last episode, but the process, like the journey, is never going to be like a straight line, a linear path. Like, it's down, up, down, up, down. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's been times I've been on my shit, like on my routine, like, and I never thought I'd be off of it. Like, but and here I am again. Like, and to your point, you literally have to break down to build up to be even stronger, to be even better.
Another thing to say, like, a lot of these words and a lot of these techniques, I would say, like the words intentionality and all these things, all of it kind of runs in the same ballpark. Once you start taking care of yourself, a lot of this self-care stuff starts to snowball into something really big, going downhill with high speed, and it just becomes something bigger. So a lot of this stuff, if you see us talking about the same things kind of over and over, is because the cliches of work hard and to pay off, and the everyday habits, those things really are the key to like the success you looking for, no matter where it's in life. The everyday grind of things.
And it don't even have to be, when we talk about work hard, it don't even have to be physical labor. Working hard on being a better you, working hard on your mental health, or whatever the case may be. And that's something that I always want our listeners to know. It's like, we're not always talking about physical components. Like, more than likely we not, because in order to build physical, what's the word I'm looking for, physical success or tangible success, you have to look inward first. You have to work on yourself first.
I definitely think it all starts on the inside first before it gets to the outside. I feel like you almost become successful within you before you have a success.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That has to come about within you first before you get to it comes to you. I think a lot of times in life we believe, or we go into modes like, when I get a mansion or when I get that dream car, I'll be successful, or I'll be happy. When a lot of these things you get it inside of you first, and hell, it don't matter what car you pull up in, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's there.
Exactly. It's so crazy that you say that, because when I journaled this morning, I wrote that I used to think when I got XYZ followers or XYZ amount of money or you know what I mean, I would just I would be so happy when, you know, obviously I'm grateful, but there's been times where I haven't been happy, and it's just to show you that joy is inside you. You can't get joy from tangible material things. And if you like, if you can, but they can't be the only source of happiness, because that can't be the only thing that makes you whole. Like, don't allow that to be the source of joy.
Yes, never. I ain't gonna say never, but you don't want your main source of joy or happiness to be external or man-made.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's within you.
It's all within you, and that's one habit I'm working on now, is learning that that I don't know why Kendrick Lamar's song "Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe" came in my head, but that's what it really is. Like, I'm realizing that I'm not going, in my personal belief, you can only allow somebody to kill your vibe. Since you have joy and peace within you, you have the option of letting that situation or person or feeling connect you from your peace and joy. It's up to you. So at this point, I'm trying to build the habit of, no matter what happens, that peace and joy inside of me stays active. No matter the situation, whatever the circus bring, I can handle it.
Yeah,
you
real peace. I feel like real peace cannot be disturbed.
No. When you got peace, well, you already have it, but when you stay connected to it, it just can't be disturbed no matter what the circus may bring. And I know the circus be packed with lions going through wedding rings and tigers jumping through fire rings. I know it's some shit on you, sis or king. I know it's some shit, but believe me, you stay connected to them two things and you'll be pretty okay.
Definitely.
I think the next evolution in healthy habits is then kind of like
doing what works for you.
Doing what works for you. I was gonna say customization.
Yeah, that sounds great, but do what works for you sounds better. Because no, at the end of the day, and I love wellness. I love self-care. But one thing I do not like about self-help, self-care, and wellness is people will try to tell you, hey man, wake up at 5 a.m., drink this, eat this, do this, go for a run, go for a bike. Like you know what I mean? And you have to do what works for you. Like, absolutely. At the end of the day.
If you see, your favorite YouTuber or content creator or whoever, say they wake up at 5 a.m. every day because that's the only way to be productive. That's the only way they can be productive. You have to customize these things in order to fit your life comfortably. When it's for you or healthy for you, usually it's not a struggle to do it.
Exactly.
So waking up at a good time for you should not be a struggle. It kind of should be, I'm not going to say the natural time you wake up, because like us, for instance, we're not going to usually wake up at 5 in the morning.
No, I'm not
got 2 daughters, and one daughter will wake up at any moment.
Yeah.
And be up for, my younger daughter, hype for hours.
It's the daytime.
It's time she woke up at 3 in the morning and stayed up till 8.
Yeah.
I just can't sacrifice that. I can't be like, I'm getting up at 5 regardless.
Yeah.
Now, but for me personally, that 6 in the morning,
I can do 6. Like, that's perfect. That's perfect for me. Perfect. 6:30. And I think that your morning routine starts at night.
Yes.
Like, so a lot of the times when this is me kind of going off a little bit, but when our daughter has waking up in the night like that, I would say 90% of the time it's because her routine is off. Yes. Her personal little routine is off, and it's something that went wrong the night before or the day before or even the day before that. Yes. That's interfering with her sleep. So, I mean, it's definitely avoidable. But back to the point, you got to do what works best for you. Like, at the end, I know some people get up at 4.
Yes.
Honey, no.
Oh, my God. But you have to do wellness for how it looks for you. And then when a personal thing, like, well, not that personal, but when Reed really got, involved in his wellness and it started to take off from the YouTube and the Healthy Hoes, it was a clear distinction that wellness had a look.
Yes.
Wellness had a look. Like, we're plant-based, and most of the time if you Google plant-based or YouTube it or whatever, it has a look to it. You know what I mean? It's usually I'm I mean, just to keep it frank, it's usually a white person.
Woman. Yeah, a white woman.
Usually a white woman or a white person was the face of plant-based.
And I think that's no secret, and that's why we've been able to build this particular community, because
yes, definitely. But that's what I mean. Like, wellness sometimes has a look. You know, the black plant-based person is kind of like a unicorn.
Yeah.
In some families, like, you might be the only plant-based person in your entire family. I'm talking about.
Are we? We are.
Yeah, I'm talking about extended family, cousins, second cousins, play cousins. You might be the only. Like, I don't know anybody, none of my friends or nobody, but that's what we mean. You have to make this personal to you and your lifestyle.
Yeah. Even with food, like, people will try to tell you, eat this, eat that. This is what's good for you. This is what, and truth be told, like, even though a vegetable or a fruit is quote unquote good for you, it may not be good for you. Like, yeah, you know what I mean?
And it's, yeah, like you say, just making it for you. Like, we plant-based again. Certain fruits just don't click with me.
Yeah,
certain fruits don't click with me. You know what I mean? You have to do this the way you can. I know we're plant-based, but I've seen some people that eat meat and they do wellness healthily. Well.
Yeah, like they make wellness look really good. Like, you know what I mean?
Very well. So it just has to be personal to you. Mm-hmm. So my advice is, don't take anybody's word as stone, like set in stone, as king.
Like, take, honestly, all the wellness shit you see, all the content, take it with a grain of salt. And obviously, you know, you want to have creators who inspire you and everything like that, but just understand, at the end of the day, make it personable to you. Customize. I'm using your word. Customize it for you. Do what works for you.
Customize it for you. You go to Chipotle, you know what I mean? It's customized from the jump.
On me.
Damn, I miss Chipotle. I want some fucking Chipotle.
So
we don't got no Chipotle in our city.
We gotta go to Memphis to get Chipotle.
Dog. I want some Chipotle. That shit ass.
We should go to Chipotle. We should go to Memphis and get some Chipotle.
I'm drinking chlorophyll water, by the way.
He's drinking chlorophyll water.
Very impressive.
Wellness king. Very impressive.
Very impressive. But like I said, making it towards your own life. If certain things don't fit you, don't let that be a bummer to you. You know what I mean? At all. You do it for how you do it. I know a lot of people who struggle going to sleep early. That's a big struggle for a lot of people. Because I talk to some people, friends, like homies.
They can't go to sleep.
And they be like, yeah, you know what I mean? They just be up at 2, 3 in the morning.
Baby.
Like, I could never.
Because I could be sleep at 9.
You could be sleep at 8.
I could be sleep at 8.
You could be sleep at 8. And me, I can't sleep at 8. The earliest I can go to sleep is 10. And I need to be asleep before 12. Or, you know what I'm saying? But that's just programming everything to fit your life. If you work 12 hours and such like this, you know what I mean? You got to try to get it your way. That business you want to start, you can do it if you prioritize.
Exactly.
I haven't mentioned that word in this, but
prioritizing is so important.
Very important. What's really important? Focus on the main goal. Going back to step 2, intentionality.
Yes, because you're gonna make time for what you want to, like, what you truly want in your heart. And if you find yourself, like, if it's a particular thing that you want to do and you find yourself like not prioritizing it unconsciously, you need to sit down and really think about, okay, what am I afraid of? Because that's really what it all boils down to. Like, what am I afraid of?
Or is that really for you?
Or is it really for you?
Do you really got that energy for that thing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So I want to ask you, what are some things that you want to build?
You talking to me or them?
I'm talking to you, baby.
Okay.
My eyes on you.
Always.
Got my eyes on you. You remember that song?
I do not know that song.
That's Nicki Minaj and no, maybe it was Meek Mill and Chris Brown. No. Okay. Irrelevant.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what are some things, just speaking of like habits, what are some habits that you want to like begin, some you want to reiterate, some you want to continue?
What I want to continue is my journaling. I've been healthy. I've been big on my journaling this year for sure. It started last year, December, rolling into this year. So I'm almost a full year.
You already finished. You finished the whole journal.
Yeah, I finished one whole journal. That's one thing I definitely want to continue with journaling. It just helped me so much clear my mind out, so I don't just ramble. I had it bad about just having rambling thoughts. Mm-hmm. One thought forming into the next, and I just never fully thought anything through. So it helps me out with that. I want to work out more. So I'm trying to prioritize time and really see, cause I try to do it how everybody else do. Like they work out before they work. You know what I mean? Like you do. You get up.
Yeah, because see, I won't do it though. If I don't do it in the morning, I will not work out. Yeah. You have the ability discipline. To work out. Discipline is another word that we didn't talk about.
But have discipline.
Have discipline though. But have the discipline to work out at night or in the middle of the day.
It's not even a discipline though. My body will let me. Your body just won't work out at night. It's just like
like I'm a morning gal.
But I could bust a workout at 10:30 at night. I don't know why. It helps me sleep better some nights.
I've heard people say that though. Working out help them sleep.
I definitely want to work out more. Prioritizing is another habit I'm trying to get down. Getting my business before pleasure.
Yes.
And by pleasure I just mean anything from scrolling to the game or random thoughts or whatever it might be. Handling my business first is definitely a priority to me. So I'm gonna ask you the same question, love. What are you trying to better yourself with?
Man, what a question, What the No, but I mean, honestly, it's like all of the things that I was doing before that I have just fallen off with. One thing I used to do a lot, like 4 or 5 years ago, I meditated every day and was so good at it to the point where I was crying because I had just so much joy. And I was really happy at that point in my life. Like I didn't have a lot. We didn't have a lot at that point. It was like 4 years ago. Mm-hmm. And I was just found a way to still be peaceful, at peace. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I really want to get back to meditating because I really feel like I operate at the highest version of myself when I can meditate daily, even if it's for 5 to 10 minutes. Because here lately I tried to meditate again and it was so hard. Like I couldn't get to that state of bliss just because I haven't done it in so long. And I know we've heard this before, but your mind or your brain, I don't know if it's your mind. Your mind is like a muscle. You literally have to use it in order to be good at meditating, being able to get to that sweet spot. So definitely meditating, keeping up the journaling. Not gonna lie, like I've kind of fallen off a little bit with that. I used to wake up every day and journal, but I don't know if I necessarily want to journal every day, at least 4 or 5 times a week minimum though. Yeah. But the more the merrier, but
yeah, absolutely. I get that. So for y'all, if y'all want to...
I wasn't done.
Oh, my bad, love. I
thought you was
done. I saw a pause.
You didn't let me finish.
Oh, my bad. Damn. My bad. Go ahead.
So, yeah, what was I saying? So, journaling and working out, because that really helps me as well. Oh, no, I know what I was going to say, because you cut me off, and so it just made me completely forget my thought.
Okay.
It made me forget. Anyway, being on my phone less screen time. That's something that I definitely want to do. Like, I feel like I've never been on my phone this much, and I'm really trying to find the fine line between being a creator and being a user on my phone.
Yes.
Like,
absolutely.
So that's something that I'm working on. And then last but not least is just going to the gym more. I haven't been, and like, I've been working out at home. Mm-hmm. I like that. And I just, overall, I'm just trying to find balance and find, like you said, what works best for me. Mm-hmm. And something that I did want to let you guys know, since we're talking about like building better habits, and I think a lot of times building habits is really linked to productivity. But I just want to let you guys know that it doesn't always have to be about productivity. Your productivity does not determine your worth. Like, your success doesn't determine your worth. Building better habits, like I think you mentioned this, it's about really just being a better version of you, just mind, body, and soul overall. So I think that's important to know, because I feel like, habits, building better habits is usually linked to productivity. Mm-hmm. In a physical sense.
Yes, absolutely. This is a marathon, not a sprint.
Period.
You don't got to start off super fast. Take it easy. Take it a step at a time. Whatever you want to build on first. If you want to start wherever, the body, the mind, spiritually, however you want to take it. You know what I mean? Take it slow. And once you get it going, remember, I had to tell myself this. I think I wrote this on the gram too. Don't be so strong that it's draining you.
Yeah.
Don't try to, tough through to keep your routine intact that it starts to drain you. You know what I mean? It's okay if you have a day where, you know, you're supposed to be a little more productive than you were. That's perfectly fine. You know what I mean? I definitely had those days where I got all this lined up and don't get to most of it. And then there are days that it's like lightning. I'm blowing past things.
Yeah.
It's an up and down thing, this life of ours that we live in. So take it easy on yourself.
Take it easy.
Yeah. Take it easy on yourself out here. You know what I mean? If you can share the burden, share it. You know what I mean? If you got a partner, ask them to help you. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
That definitely can be a tool. A friend, whoever. You know, if they can help you with these habits, or y'all can help each other build better habits, do that. You know what I mean? If y'all usually go out to eat together, check each other. If that person really trying to eat better, you know what I mean? They just ordered a triple cheeseburger with bacon. Let's make a suggestion that they remember the habit they trying to build.
Accountable.
Yes. Accountability. You know what I mean? But with that being said, we're going to try to ask y'all the same question, because they can leave us a little voice.
I think they can leave us voice messages. Also, like, you know, comment. Leave us a comment on Instagram. DM us.
Yes.
Or whatever way you feel most comfortable engaging with us, do that. Because we love to hear from y'all.
Yes, whatever you want to say. If you just want to say the habits that you want to build, you want to, you know, DM us the 3 habits that you're trying to build, or comment under the reel that we're going to post for this or whatnot. Mm-hmm. Just let us know what you're building. We just love to hear what you guys got going on.
Yes, we're a community first before anything.
Yes, hoes going to stick together.
Period.
Because happy hoes ain't hating, and hating hoes
ain't happy.
Smooth, no sweat.
Thank you guys so much for chilling with us on another episode of For the Healthy Hoes podcast. We really enjoy your company. Until next time.